can't forget about what happened because God gave you a memory. But what God will do for you to know that you've been healed, he'll take the pain that's associated with the memory, and when you remember it, you won't have pain with it anymore. You won't have trouble with it anymore. You won't have difficulties with it anymore. No, you know what happened to you, but when you've been healed from it, you can talk about it and get joy. Can I get a witness in the house anyway? What are you talking about, Pastor? I'm talking about a quality that's not in a lot of us. I'm talking about something that's called discipline. I'm talking about something that's called discipline. Discipline is deferring or delaying gratification. Discipline is something that says, I've got to go through this now so I can live eternally. Discipline is saying, I got to put up and deal with this now. I've got to cope with this problem now. I've got to deal with the pain now so that I can be free later. Discipline says that I'm not going to put this thing off and pretend that it didn't happen, but I'm going to face it. I'm going to come eye to eye with it. I'm going to deal with it right now because I know I want to be healed in my future. But see, when you're not disciplined, you'll neglect what has happened. You'll try to pass it away, put it behind you, put it under the rug. You'll try to say it never happened. Oh, some of you done got so sophisticated, you go to the psychologist and say, I don't remember that. It's in remission. You put it out of your memory because there's so much pain with it. But I come to tell you, there ain't nothing that happened to you that's so painful that you and God can't deal with it. And God can't heal you from it. You get through the pain now so you can have freedom later. You go through the trouble now so you can have joy later. You discipline yourself now. I guarantee you God will take the pain right out of your misery. Do I have a witness in here? Do I have a witness in here? Am I right about it? I don't mean any harm, but many of you you've already exemplified discipline. You remember when we were younger? You remember how we'd get a slice of cake or maybe an Oreo cookie? You know what we would do? We eat it in parts. Yes, we would. Am I right about it? Piece of chocolate cake, we'd eat the cake out and save the icing for. I can't get no help in here because you delayed satisfaction or gratification. Am I right about it? Maybe you can understand it with Neapolitan ice cream. You know, the chocolate, the vanilla, and the strawberry. You know, when I had it, they didn't have it in squares. They had it in the carton where strawberry was on this side, vanilla was here, and chocolate was there. And if I served myself, I always dipped from the chocolate side. Y'all don't know nothing about it. And then if you got it, I don't know what y'all done, but you try to eat the vanilla first, then you get the y'all ain't listening at me, huh? And you save the chocolate till, I wish I had help in here. Am I right about it? That's what you call discipline. That's delayed gratification. In other words, I'm going to deal with that which may not bring me so much pleasure now so that I can live in pleasure later on. I wish I had help in here. I don't mean any harm, y'all, but we need some more saints that want to delay gratification, who are willing to labor on their knees now in prayer so they'll have a victory later. Hello, somebody. We need some folk that don't mind counseling now so they can have victory later. We need people that don't mind studying now so they can give a word later. You need to delay your gratification and submit yourself, therefore, unto the hand of God, and in a due season, he will. You ain't listening. Do I have a witness in the house? And I don't mean any harm. Anybody that's confronting you about their past and blaming you for their problem, they are not disciplined. Instead of dealing with what happened, they want to blame you. Can't get no help in here now. Am I right about it? Hello, somebody. Scapegoat theology. In other words, you need to face up to what you've done. You need to own up to what responsibility you have. I don't care how poor we were. You still ate. Am I right about it? And I didn't let you go to school with holes in your shoes. Hello, somebody. And when I couldn't buy you clothes, I sold them. I can't get no help now. See, this modern generation don't know nothing about that. I mean, they just buy everything. Name brand everything. I mean, you ain't got money to buy name. You got a Kmart budget, and you've got an appetite for wine stocks. Come on, somebody. Somebody needs to straighten you out. Because you can't buy wine stock clothes on a truth up in here, and I don't mean no harm. What's wrong with going to Kmart? What's wrong with going to Walmart? What's wrong with finding a bargain? Hello, somebody. In the day I come up, it would have been wonderful going to Walmart. When we didn't have, my mama pulled out the sewing machine. My mama went down the cloth world or whatever it was, fabric land, or wherever it was, found some material and sewed it up. And see, a lot of y'all say, I wouldn't wear that. But my mama put her time and her love into that. So when we stepped out on the 4th of July, they thought we had bought designer clothes. Y'all looking at me funny, but I know it's true. Had a vest that matched your slacks, bell bottoms that was wide as your shoes. You knew you was looking good and couldn't nobody tell you nothing. Hello, somebody. Am I right about it? Amen. We had it going on. That's right. And couldn't afford to buy it, but she could sew it up. And if sewing it up had made me crazy, well, it just done it. Am I right about it? What are you doing? Let your children blame you for their struggles. If they didn't like it how they had it, if they discipline themselves now, they can do better than you did. Hello, somebody. Am I right about it? I don't mean any harm, but a lot of folks that are blaming other people for their problem right now are people who have not disciplined themselves. They don't know how to spend their money properly. You don't have to say it, man. See, when you got a Kmart budget and you shopping at Wine Stock, something tells me you're going to go over your budget. Something tells me you're going to wind up without money. Something tells me you're going to be broke. Something tells me you're going to have more month left over than money. Something tells me you're going to always be borrowing rather than being the lender. Something tells me you're going to be the one in need, not the one having plenty. Something tells me that you're going to be looking for food. I can't get no help in here when everybody else is eating well. In other words, if you ain't managed your money, it ain't mama's fault. Mama showed you how to manage your money. Mama showed you what a limited budget could do. What are you doing out there shopping when you ought to be saving? What are you doing out there spending when you ought to be keeping? I can't get no help now because we got old folk doing the same thing. Hello, somebody. Am I right about it? But if you would discipline yourself and pay your bills now and wear something twice to church. Twice. Hello, somebody. Twice. Hello, somebody. Girl, how come you can't? Girl, that's old. I wore it last Sunday. They done seen that already. Let them see it again. Can I get a witness in here? Discipline yourself. Hello, somebody. If you pay your bills now, you will have saved to splurge later. Can't get a witness in here. Am I right? I don't mean any harm, young people, but when you get out of school, the first thing you go to do is buy a car. You don't need a car. Can't get no help now, huh? And then the bad part about it, your parents spoil you. They buy you a car. They not teaching you no discipline. Hello, you got to save some money. You got to learn how to use RT. Learn how to use a 10-speed. Learn how to use your tennis shoes. Come on. And then when you save, you can buy your own car, drive it where you want to, put gas in it when you want to. Discipline yourself. Delay your gratification. Hello, somebody. I've never seen this mentality. As soon as you get out of high school, you want a Beamer. Want a Mercedes. You want something. You know something, I don't mean any harm, but the first car you get ought to be a car you have to push. You ought to be made push it home and fix it. Amen. So you can learn some discipline. And when they ask you what model you have, what kind of car, tell them you got a push-mobile. What's that? Well, who makes that? Don't nobody make it. It's just mine. It's a push-mobile. What is that? I have to push it everywhere I want to go. Teach yourself some discipline. I don't mean any harm, y'all, but many of you are giving rewards to your children who have not earned them. And they're growing up to be nothing but spoiled brats. And then in their character, they have this thing that says, I ought to have or I should have. And when hard times come, they begin to run rather than standing there and fight. They don't know nothing about hard time, because every time they were in trouble, you got them out of trouble. You need to have enough love inside of you that says, if Johnny makes a mistake, if Susie messes up, I don't run to their rescue every time, but sometimes I ought to stand back and let the Lord deal with them. Hello, somebody. Discipline. I don't mean any harm, but America is suffering from people that have no discipline. What are you saying? This ain't scriptural. Oh, but yes, it is. Luke chapter number 9, verses 23 through 26. God talks about discipline. He says, if any man is going to come after me, he's got to deny himself. I ain't gonna get no help in here today, huh? Well, sure, would you go on and preach to yourself? I think you can use this. Yeah, this will help me. Luke chapter number 9, verse number 23. And he said unto them, if a man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. Hello, somebody. I don't mean any harm, but you see, when you always dealing with yourself, and you always putting yourself first, you're going to turn out to be a selfish, spoiled brat, and you'll think that everybody's supposed to come to your rescue. Well, I got news for you. Some things that you're going through, God wants you to go through them so you'll learn how to depend on him. Some